Hi, it's Coralie McLean here from Lively Co.
And Danielle Moreau from the Moreau Real Estate team here in Victoria.
And we decided we wanted to do a joint vlog post about 3 simple things that busy realtors can do to improve their social media. So the first simple thing that you can do as a busy realtor is decide which social media channels you want to be on. If you're just getting started with social media, it can seem really overwhelming because there's a lot out there. So how did you get started with social media? What channels did you choose?
Well, in order to keep it simple, I just started with Facebook because I'm on a personal page quite often, with just navigating through my own system, so I felt quite comfortable with Facebook already, and so that's what I started with.
So that's a really great start. Like Danielle said, most of us are using it for personal reasons. It's not hard to get a page started, and then you can just do it on your mobile device on the go. A second channel that actually is owned by Facebook is pretty easy. It's integrated, is Instagram. It's pretty simple to use. You can take photos. It's also a visual tool, which realtors love. And getting started with 2 channels like that won't overwhelm you, hopefully. Now, you're on Instagram. How do you find it?
Yeah, the reason why I like Instagram is it's fairly casual, but it's a great way for me to showcase coming soon listings, new listings, and properties that I've recently sold, just to give the population a good understanding of where I work and the type of business that I run.
Now, Twitter is a bit more advanced. Now, you are on Twitter as well. Sometimes that, all the hashtags and the speed of Twitter can overwhelm people, but perhaps once you're familiar with Facebook and Instagram, it's a great tool to introduce because it's more live and up to date in the field. If you're at a listing and you want to show some photos on the go and hashtag and catch people in the area, that can also be a great social media tool. How do you find it?
I do use Twitter. I don't use it quite often, but what I do like about it is I can link my Facebook to my Twitter, and it's a real hands-off approach. I know my message is getting out there, but it just allows me to step back.
Awesome. So feel free to ask us more about which channels might be best for you. So our second simple tip is to start getting in the habit of posting at open houses or scheduled events or listings as you're there. This can be tricky to get into the habit of using social media, but if you put it in your schedule to do it while you're there, it can become easier. So Danielle, how do you incorporate social media into your schedule?
What I like to do is kind of give people a behind the scenes version of what I do on a day-to-day basis. So if I'm getting photos done of a new listing, I like to take a photo of that. If I'm doing a home inspection or showing some neat properties, I like to just be pretty interactive with what I'm doing throughout the day and posting people those updates, and I think people enjoy just kind of being out there with me.
So our last simple tip is to schedule in time to make sure that you're keeping engaged on social media. And what we mean by engagement is liking other people's posts, responding to comments on your posts, and answering DMs or private messages on your channels. It's really important that when you're outputting all the stuff on social media that you don't forget about the incoming stuff, and that it's really important to stay interacted with your followers. So how do you manage all the interactions on social media? It can seem kind of overwhelming.
Yeah, you bet. I always make a point to reply back to people if they have a question about a certain property or what I've been up to. What I also like to do is schedule a couple days per week, just an hour or so, where I'll set aside time just to work on my social media. So at that time I'll get back to people, or even if I'm having a really busy week, I'll schedule my post for the week just to make sure it's out of the way and I can focus on, selling real estate.
And also for Facebook pages now, Facebook has a thing where it shows the response rate of a page. So if you go to the Moreau Team Real Estate page, you'll notice they actually have 100% response rate, which isn't surprising. And it also shows the response rate time, whether it's half an hour, 24 hours, 48 hours. You want to make sure that you're keeping a really short response rate. That wraps up our 3 simple tips for busy realtors. And if realtors like Danielle Moreau, who are very busy, can do social media, then so can you. If you want to get in touch with us, you can contact me at Lively Co with any of your social media related questions, or you can contact Danielle. How can they get a hold of you?
Email works best. My email is danielle@movetovictoria.com.